어? 많이 좋지.
Squeeze half of this kimchi. Squeeze as much as you can. You have to squeeze 진짜 hard. How's your life dating Korean?
So 楽しい。
Don't do this to me. 오 진짜 굿. 잘했어. 잘한다. 진짜 해본 건 나오지.
나도.
Are you? Really? Usually in my house, I make like 1,000 mandu.
타요된.
1,000.
By yourself?
No, it's sure. I'm gonna make 진짜 spicy kimchi mandu. わかる? This is spicy chili. It's spicy. I'm gonna put everything. But we're gonna make like 100, so this is like nothing, right?
모야시 終わりました。Is it biggest bowl?
Yeah.
Can I mix it?
Yes. Oh, you're training Mune today. Salty.
Salty? Well, if you put skin, it's okay. That'll be okay. Spicy?
Hope so. Karai. Not super spicy. I don't feel much kimchi. Just feel like spicy mandu.
괜찮아. Okay, done.
Ah, kimchi. How can I make kimchi taste?
아니야.
아 진짜로. If we make 100 mandu, I will do 뽀뽀. Every 10 mandu, one 뽀뽀.
But before one, please.
Oh shit. He had fucking a lot of 생마늘. 아 진짜로. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
자, give me one pack. 해볼까?
고가.
Can you put a lot of? I feel it. 못.
No, can't wrap it. Do it.
Yeah. 이거 it's different from Korean. Come on. I was too greedy. 괜찮아. Eat this right away. 이게 뭐야?
Look, it's perfect.
오, 잘했다. Okay, now I got it. 오, 잘하는데 슌. 진짜 in Korea, we say if you make pretty mandu, you get kawaii kids.
진짜?
고래 아니ですか?
응?
이게 뭐야, 슌? You need to put more fillings. And what is this hole? But me, I personally like steamed gyuda, but Japanese don't need steam, right? We all fry.
이게 뭐야?
I was trying to make this, and then I failed. I'm not gonna do it. You shut up. This mandu size is actually regular mandu size in Korea. My mom said it's a bit small.
You put this much? How? Show me.
See?
Did you eat? 오이시.
I wish it
오이시. 날개 앞에 김치.
was a good idea to put the kimchi more.
맛있죠?
아, 메이크 그릴 만두.
Also after this. Grillmandu I cannot do now.
I think I tried rodo mandu in Australia. The best mandu.
진짜?
So far.
So interview time. What's the difference with Korean girl and Japanese girl?
First, like, not all Japanese girls.
The girl that you just date?
But mostly, Japanese girls don't say, like, what she think. I need to think about, like, what she think. But Korean girl like you say everything straight away to me. But for me, it's good, because I don't need to think about, like, oh, what, never to think about it. Sakiyakuza.
Not all Korean girls.
Well, mostly same.
Me, like, big difference with Japanese boys and Korean boys are like, I think Japanese boys are way less conservative than Korean boys. Me, just have one experience with Japanese boy, but Shinjang is, you don't like get jealous. Because basically, I don't do much thing without you. Yeah, but I think that's the big difference. Because I don't meet my friend as much as like when I was young, and I think that's why we have like less argument than back in the days.
Because you too. Yeah, that's why they all, like, try to spend time with you.
I think most of the argument and then like these kind of things happen when you guys are hanging out with each other. That's the start of your argument usually, but like we don't, because since we met in Australia, we just had each other. So
Also, in Japan, like, I bring you, like, my friends, so...
oh yeah, anyway, like Japanese boys are less conservative. Korean boys are like ande. They're kind of jealous, and then they 잠깐만, let me. Korean couple usually have a curfew, even though we don't live together.
아, 진짜? they have it?
Usually, like, when they hang out,
Mm.
most time I don't go home, and then I stay like 2 a.m. And then sometimes I hang out more than expected time because I'm drunk, obviously. They get angry.
But if boyfriend, like, babe...
No, it's not about believe or not. It's about the promise.
For me, I babe you, so I don't mind what time you get home. Because one day,
맞아.
when you're in Korea,
응.
and you are fucking drunk, and then you go home like, I don't know, maybe 2, 3, I don't know.
Sometimes I even go like 5.
Yeah, but I didn't say anything, just like,
맞아.
괜찮아, 다이조부.
Well, the next morning I feel so bad to him, so I was like, 진짜 고민했어. Because usually when I'm drunk, I call him a lot of time, even though he's sleeping, because I'm drunk. But 진짜 always like, 괜찮아. And the next day, like he doesn't seem like even pissed off. He's just like so calm, and then as usual, so I was like, 다이조부. But and then like I think the reason why we don't have much arguments compared to when I was like young is because like we live together, so.
I do too much.
Since we live together, and then we like to leave each other because we've been living almost more than a year. We know like their lifestyle, what are they gonna do if they don't text me back.
Your mandu looks pretty nice. My one's so bad.
Yeah, because I'm expert. I'm one master. Look at this, guys.
Taste
Taste
thing.
thing.
Don't throw away.
It's still it, If the partner doesn't want it, and partner thinks that is cheating, Anyway.
That's right.
Do you think Japanese cheat a lot?
Not really. Cause my friend... Not my friend.
맞아. because 제가 친한 친구들 얘기 들으면요, 적지 않거든요. I saw like a comment in the media that is like Japanese seems like they're cheating more because they don't hide to their friends that they are cheating.
Yeah, that's right.
But maybe other country people might hide. But I haven't seen much people cheating.
Yeah.
But Japanese cheat more because the reason is like Korean are like angry and then they just like tell them I'm mad or something and I don't like you, I don't want to date with you. They just say straight away. But Japanese are like they hide their inside like your friends.
I think also media problem as well. People say like Japanese people cheat a lot, but I think I don't know, maybe it's true or no, but not too much, I guess.
But I think it's a little more than what we expect. Even by looking at your friends, it is kind of true. Oh, and also there is like a survey statistics of Japanese boy and Korean girls tend to divorce like way more than
Korean boy, Japanese girl.
Yeah.
Maybe Japanese boy is not romantic.
But you know, if they decided to marry, they will knew everything. But that is true. Shintan is not romantic.
I am.
You're not romantic.
I am sometimes.
When? When are you romantic? He's mostly funny. He always want to make me laugh, but he's not romantic.
I'm a romantic. When?
When? Not when.
You don't remember?
When? When are you romantic? Who are you confusing with?
I put a lot of effort.
뭐 when? 뭐 when?
When?
진짜로?
When?
진짜로?
When?
저거?
응?
The flower?
Oh, just normal, just normal.
What did you try?
What did we talk about it?
The Japanese boys and Korean girls tend to divorce more.
괜찮아. You know.
Why do you think that happens?
But nowadays, like young generation, no, but I guess old generation, like don't do any to the wife or girlfriend. Like get flower and some gift.
진짜 Japanese?
Oh, but nowadays it changed because we can see like internet and then it's cool. I think that's why.
I think what Japanese girls think about Korean boys are like they're romantic. They're yasashi. More yasashi than Japanese, like typical Japanese wives.
Yeah,
You're yasashi.
yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, of course.
Fish kanpaku? How would you think?
Yeah, that is all style Japanese. So girls needs to cooking, clean, everything. Because a wife can't say no or say yes.
Yeah, but Korean say, but we change it to like opposite way.
Yeah. It's like our house, but I can't say no.
Ready?
To you.
You're our house. So
はい。私はドレイです。
And Korean boys, like they have some like fantasy to Japanese girls.
What do you mean fantasy?
Fantasy, Japanese girls, so yasashi. I don't buy expensive food. They will say, it's so arigato. Kare. And then even though you don't give like expensive cheap present, they will always like, arigato. So they have this fantasy. Then they tend to compare with Korean girls and Japanese girls. Like Japanese girl is the best. Like Korean girl is so like warui.
Is it true? Like
What?
if Korean guy don't get like expensive presents, they're gonna be mad.
No, everyone likes expensive present.
Yeah. Some people say doesn't matter price, just like how much you think boy think about girl, and then
But I agree with like the birthday present. Like if you buy something like too cheap, I think like he's being like too salty on me. I feel like if the boy doesn't spend much time and money to me, it's like I think they don't like care me.
yeah.
Honestly, like they are like 30 years old and then they say, oh, I really like you, but they always bring me to Saizeriya, Yoshinuya,
Oh yeah.
and then they give me fusi rings. It's something like this, and then he always wanna bring me to 진짜 yasui love hotel. Like I don't feel being cared from him.
Yeah, that's true.
아니야?
That's right.
Well, if he's like really broke, like he works really hard, like he works like 24 hours, like 12 hours every day in konbini, and then the amount of the money that he makes is less. I can understand that.
Yeah.
But let's say like he has like okay job, like he makes money, but he's
Yeah,
just
right.
like being salty on me. This is a problem. Even Japanese girl doesn't like boys to bring Saizeriya. I heard it's quite famous, Saizeriya, Yoshinuya.
Yeah.
Not common.
I think in the
Whole world, yeah. But I don't know why like Korean guys are just like saying that Korean girl. We say it's kimchi woman. So kimchi woman is a warui meaning.
It's like gold digger.
And then sushi, we call sushi nya means woman. Kimchi nya is gold digger, and sushi nya is like good way, good thing. There's like a big amount of people who think in this way. Even now.
Korean boys need to go Tokyo Kyabakura.
Yeah. So there's like some comments like these old people haven't met Japanese. Japanese girl like tends to cheat a lot, and Minatogu woman.
Famous for the
And then like they think Japanese girls doesn't like luxury brands, but that's chido. But no one in the Earls doesn't like luxury brands. So there's a lot of YouTube channels who are focusing on like, my Japanese girlfriend so yasashi compared to Korean girls.
I want to see the comment.
And they all say like, oh, sasuga Japanese girl.
How about like Korean girl comment?
Korean girls don't watch that. But there are some yasashi people. Every world has. It's not about nationality. It's about their personality.
Yeah.
But people just like say that, like for example, cheating as well. They just stereotype. Korean girls are gold diggers. Japanese girls are yasashi.
우리 여사시 too. 우리 여사시. 우리 진짜 여사시.
Yeah, I didn't get birthday present last year.
You saved my life.
And he didn't give me letters. He did. Like it was less than this letters. But I think like Korean girls with Osaka boys are a good match.
Right?
What?
Good luck.
Funny?
Thank you.
And then
Do you like okonomiyaki?
you gotta skip it. But those I don't like that much. Takoyaki. Takoyaki Osaka food? Okay. Happy?
슌짱.
So usually when you date with Japanese girls, how often do you text them?
Just like decide a date
When we're gonna hang out?
and then don't text.
You don't? Never? Like even at night time that you don't tell them that you're at home?
I think they already knew around this time we get home then. So 조금 민독 사이키 text. But if I wanna say to them, I text but
Korean people text in the morning. Oh, I woke up. I had this, I had this, I had this, I did this. I'm going to do this. Can I do this?
so
I think because I'm getting old. They're also texting because they're hima.
that's the point. I'm not hima weekdays. 忙しい.
괜찮아. I don't expect you. Now we don't put much effort in texting each other. We're gonna see each other and talk anyway. How does like Japanese people like confess that I like you and then start to date?
ちょっとちょっと読みます。ちょっと言いたいことあんねんけどさ、ちょっと奈々ちゃんも気づいてるかもしれないけど、ちょっと俺奈々ちゃんのこと好きやね。
好きやね。
好きやね。大阪めっちゃ大阪。ちょっと付き合ってくれへん？付き合おう。Okay? Like this.
When does a usual Japanese say that? After dating?
3 times.
Ah, 진짜?
But mostly.
진짜로? Did you do the same to me? No. 아니야. You say more than 3 times.
But mostly 3 times.
But why you didn't do that to me?
Cause I didn't know what you think to me. 진짜 맞아. You like me or you just nice to everyone. Band?
Where can we meet handsome Japanese guys?
Osaka.
どこ? Osaka どこ? How?
Need to go local izakaya or local bar.
How do you approach them?
Just like かっこいいです. Cause I think Japanese girls don't do that. Oh, you're so cool, right? Can I get your number? So if girls do that, I think boys were surprised. I think that's a good option.
Well, what if they have a girlfriend?
残念.
But it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Japanese will say, even though they have it.
彼女いません.
Can you put your harder? All your like quite a lot of your mandu is like.
Like what's the difference between Korean boy and Japanese boy?
I told you. Korean boys are more conservative.
Anything else?
I think Korean relationships tend to control each other.
Aware of each other.
Oh, 맞아. To Japanese, we are menera. Well, I'm menera. You say I'm menera. Shiba.
You are no menera.
For example, Japanese, you wanna like go trip with your friends. We usually ask the partner, like, can I go?
Yeah.
You too? Japanese too?
Of course, but basically part say will not say no.
We say no.
Yeah.
No is no. Because Japanese, even though Japanese don't want you to go, they will say yes, go. They will never say no. It's not a Japanese thing. Never say no. Quiet. I think that's more quiet. Then just say no. When Japanese people like hide their real emotions, it's
Yeah, no good.
I know it's they're trying to respect the others. But when it comes to like a relationship, which we have to be honest in our emotions, it's not a really good thing to always say, hey,
맞아. I agree.
When it came to relationship, I try to control everything. Just my personality, because I'm the biggest child in my family, so I tend to like control. So I really wasn't a good match with the big ones, because they try to lead and I try to lead.
Yeah, you. Basically, you are leading to me. It's 진짜 good for me.
Right?
It's good. Basically, Japanese people don't lead. They just say.
Well, I say nandemoii too, but I say nandemoii when it comes to the menu.
I think this is 진짜 different point.
Start to drink. Make mandu.
No, it's round 2.
가자. これは残量ですか？はい。
はい、そうです。
キモいです。
うるさいですね。殺しますよ。
Is making kimchi easier or mandu more easier?
キムチ。
주세요.
Yeah.
부탁해요. 와.
Amazing.
Hi.
We gonna finish soon, baby.
Yeah.
2-7?
Now it's been 3 hours. But not too bad, I think so. So funny. Like me doing this. You need to eat the one which is open. Like, I mean, like, it's okay, but me, gyoza with rice is 조금 보카시. Japanese eat rice with everything. Even you eat okonomiyaki with rice, right?
No. Well, some people eat, but me no.
今回キャにいただきますでも美味しい
This is an uncooked flour should. Wow, last mandu.
Show my skill, show my skill. 아!
Done?
お疲れ様です。
So how was first time making Korean food?
So fun. This is next year.
Next year?